Along with my belief that gear doesn't matter and you should buy older or used gear, I also believe that most cameras accessories can be made yourself. And since leathercraft videos are doing so well on this channel, I thought I would combine leather and street photography. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of the most important camera accessories, camera strap. Let's go. Now for this project, we're just going to need a few simple things. The first is obviously leather. I got my leather from Buckle Guy, not sponsored, but this is cut into a strap used for belts and things like that. This is a Wicket and Craig traditional harness, 9 to 11 ounce. You want something a little heavier so that it has the strength to hold your camera. Next, we'll need some sort of leather strap cutting tool. You can use a straight edge and an X-Acto knife if you want to, but having one of these is very handy. And then of course we need some way to measure, some way to cut, little rings, and a hole punching tool. And of course thread, which is somewhere, thread. I didn't pick it up. That's all we're gonna need. Let's get into it. So for this project, I went with a nice olive green color because it's not really a color you see in a lot of camera straps, so I thought that'd be pretty neat. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to cut it down. I have this set to 1 centimeter. That's kind of the width that I want my camera strap to be. If you want a wider camera strap, you can do that, but for me, 1 centimeter is perfect. So we'll just feed that in. Next, what we want to do is we want to cut our strap to length. For me, I'm doing a little shorty strap. So for that, it's going to be 78 centimeters. So we'll measure that out. And we'll cut that. Next step isn't actually necessary, but it's something I like to do. I know that the fold over is going to be 4 centimeters, so I'll go ahead and mark that. So that's where it's going to fold over like that. And so then what I like to do is like to kind of shave off this end so that when it does fold over, you have a nice clean transition there. And so I'll just do that with the X-Acto knife and just make a nice little bevel. Next, because I know that the crease is going to be at 4 centimeters, I'll go ahead and measure back 8 centimeters so I know where the fold is going to end. Just like that. And then we'll fold that over. I think that's going to look pretty good. Once we know where the fold is going to be, we can punch our holes. So I'll usually start on one end, mark one side, and mark the other side so that I can find middle easier. And we'll just punch some holes. Once those holes are punched, we'll just go ahead and fold it over to the line, and we'll mark those holes and punch those out. Last step before we stitch is to just round over the corners This step is not necessary, but it's something I like to do just to make it look a little nicer. So the most important part to remember before you start stitching is to put your ring on. Because once you stitch, that's locked in place. Well, that was a lot harder to stitch with this thick leather than I thought it was going to be, so beware of that. But the last step is to just slick the edges. For this I'm using gum trad, but you can really just use water if you wanted to. And so we'll just get some of that on there. Smooth it out. Go to town on it. And so when you're finished, you'll have a nice glossy edge as opposed to the rougher side. You can really see the difference between those two. And that's all there is to it. Your own handmade leather camera strap. Let me know in the comments below if you end up making one of these, and if you do, tag me on Instagram, StephenParver.photography. As always, I hope this was informative, if not entertaining. Thanks for watching, happy shooting, and I'll see you next time.